Hey, this is Dwayne Bergeron from LTD Cycle Works in Boulder, Colorado. Today we're going to go over choosing the different options you have for tires out there. Tires range across the board from $35 on up to $100 and something dollars. Most people are going to be riding what's called a Clincher. That is basically an open tire that you put an inner tube in and it hooks a beaded rim. The Clincher options you have out there's different tread patterns. This particular tire is made by Vittoria. It has a cotton casing. It's really super supple, can handle up pressures up to 120, 130 psi. Conti's had these tires, the Grand Prix Four Seasons. This little webbing on the sidewall, it's what they call their gator skins. It's a puncture resistant layer. For training purposes, I'd probably go more with like the Conti type tire that has a puncture resistance layer. Vittoria also does a training tire that is not quite as puncture resistant as Conti, but still works really well. And then Clement also does a really good tire. That's a nice smooth center tread section for when you're riding in a straight line, a little foul pattern for cornering, so it gives you a little bit extra traction in the cornering. And then last but not least, the tubular tire, which most people use for racing purposes only. As you can see, the tire is all totally enclosed. The tube is built inside the tire. These allow you to ride a much higher pressure. Since there is no bead or sidewall to the rim, the tire is a lot more vertical compliant, so it gives a little bit more supple of a ride. And also when it flats, if you do ever have to ride on a flat, the tire just compresses and stays flat. Beauty of these is they're super light. You can do a lot of some pretty high pressure. They work on disc wheels, aero wheels, pretty much everything. The downside of these is you're looking at $120 for this tire, and when they flat, most people typically don't just put in a new tube because you would have to peel away the space tape, cut away at the stitching, patch the tube, put it back together, which is really an awful lot of work. But the performance benefits of riding one of these in a race is huge. If you do ever plan on really getting serious about triathlons, something to consider. Wheels and tires are the best place to gain any advantage, with your equipment.